And I still remain MC Side, the only guy that speaks in capital letter. And of course, a Waterloo, War. That's where I come from. I'm so proud of where I come from. And I'm telling you today, we want to talk about the terrorism, the terror that is happening right now here in Uganda. When you look around the world right now here, we have a lot of terrorism that is happening. People are killing people without people knowing where the death is coming from. And of course, now, so we want to find out from the people here in Arua City, how can you protect yourself, or no, how can you be yourself, let me say, like being your personal security because of this thing that is happening right now. And of course, the terrorism has entered here deeply here in Uganda. When you look at the incident that happens in Kasese, and of course, a lot of people, and of course, ADF did their nasty thing in Kasese by killing some students here in Kasese, of which some of the students' identification is not yet known. And of course, the DNA test is continuously going on. And of course, yesterday, they just confirmed 3 more DNA tests for, the DNA test that match with the relatives of the dead bodies. And of course, the students have been banned in Kasese. And of course, the suspected people who did that is the ADF. And now, talking about ADF, it's over. How can you protect yourself, and what is causing all these things here in Uganda? When you look around Uganda, security-wise, Uganda is good, via security. But now, where is all these things coming from? We want to find out from the people here on the street. How can you protect yourself when it comes to all this? So now, without wasting time, let's go for a music break. And this time around, we want to do a song that will be coming in from Robin Man that says, Ungwala chelu nyoto wang pi titi ierango. That is by Robin Man. It's a new official video from Robin Man, Kasuku Boss. I remain MC Side, the only guy that speaks in capital letter. Let's get to talk to the people here. How can you protect yourself? How can you be your security? Let me say your personal security and your friend's security. How can you be? How can you take charge of that? I remain MC Side, the only guy that speaks in capital letter, lighting up the region. Still remains on mission. Start times, channel 477, and on Zuku satellite. We are on channel 0073. I remain MC Side. So now let me first write this brother here. Inyo kawoni ni let me dar penyo through Uganda. Wabet kawoni jo wacha ni ADF benegu dano. Chalo jubuwatu nga wacha ADF dete mlema migi. Then secondly, the terrorism. You as in Chalo citizen me Uganda, how can you protect yourself from that? Because the terrorism we are talking about here, gite kidano magiberu kodo wakakara chelo. Wachubuka gwakura nyenedi kumlembe kumdane kumbe ente mlema richweni.
Dano ene give the gwakura kumdano ene give just the only solution muma kwa team just kaningeyu ngati beru kode aimi beru ko ngati cha beru pare bo mag beru pare ikindano bo maku wengo at least is security peri purpose ichopo reporting dano akomecha jingyo pire kari no ba LC gi chale stage mo ginde tax pack akai wate ko group mo association mo wayungo dano kuma ai lela ni bini mondo kakai ndi mo ngeyongo ipare ne chak bedi kindo ba ginde mo podwa ngeyongo ginde mo podwa ngeyongo pire mabera kacha wayongo ginde bangwa kakai ndi so dano akomecha gi wa reporting pire wa ma anti lebino ko ginde moko manyutunia eti dano kuma ai kabero moko
evidence identification. So now in kaine no mot lembe ni lembe mo benyai ko de kumdane ni ini be ipar perennial lembe benyai wi lemba ngonde Uganda ka kind, most especially Uganda kind do ngedok ebe do ko do like a topic of discussion ebe nyai lemba ngom ke lembe ngi betimere Uganda ka
ala bena chobu yi kaje ala meni ne ira niginde chibero tag ira ni identify per ngome ginde chibedra tag sana
in a Chala citizen you have the right to speak. Maybe dano mo be monda kete pangwa ma be ngok pigingo rembe nyale be nyo I boda kuje ja dano be think gine I check up gine talo kama dano be mondi kude counties matuntu nyo ka kete the weakness utika kete nyo utika
dano ni gine no dano ni gimode dano jite Ugandans do dano gibire dano ja gire neno dano ja gire jiginde like sheng dano mo attacking school ja even neno dano jite dano mo kumtie foreigner from other south gine outside countries dano ja gine no mo the most vehicle we churu dog mami Uganda kai so mako government remunen bambe ne dano ni pirango jite anyol mi Uganda juo kilela jite mo le makweni pirango makona gire manao jite mangone jisai telembe jandija gini kin government utio ngoni awana gini wana dano mende ochopo ng'eyo ngoni pirango madano cha jiwo gibe temo le makomeja most kineno le motemre chinga sese nyene di attacking nyene di most dano ja kineno dong majuka wechu utiengo dong mogo ni amuti count jomwai outside country most dano ja jite Ugandans yeah
so pinwach one way Ugandans the sendwa giwa kindwa giwa
just don't tell embe cha ngochare I think for me ang'eyo ngo lembe reason makona government kana government wangela echopo neno pirango madano ja ginde ere mechopu ka kelo dano ja gi ka goni ng'eyo ne reason makano ketho jibe tema ngone
gibe woko da woko
yeah
pinwach government makuting dane gi okel gi ka goka ka indeed so now yeah customer you binike pinye ka kind do ngapo acha nia anyway to pay paro peri
yeah
motira damo kumaro Maria de
moto brother para banyege tabu tengera kai ko stage manager para ko shaman wote ko kizo kawoni any stage kai
ingeo to kama toto ire dan be nwanga nyonga le suba wira ngome pare ma ko dano
ni dano makane be chalo dano mo beneno mu baneno akawoni ndiye just migi awa you by ginda
mamwa mi West Nile
migi were pa bush boy manyene ndio ginda no this Gifoyongo
keep it like on Westside TV Star Times at channel 477. I still remain MC Side. And of course, I'm the only guy that speaks in capital letter. Lighting up the region still remains our mission. We still want to talk to our brothers. How what lemo mania mako jibejo ringa no. Lemeni gipe. Ingo akainde Uganda akainde. What you par style moko chipara makoburu. Nyango jalfa.
Ope.
Ingo nyingi jilo nyinga.
Jamal Mahad.
Jamal salamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah.
Jamal belura ngonderezo.
Ope do. Wechu pe.
Wechu re mupe. Do makaka kelu weche ni kawoki i. Jamal. Pirango mineno kawone kenen mota lempadui gimo be nyanko le ngom ka kainde I ngomo ami Uganda ka kainde. Inwangu terrorism ADF de gibe nego dano kare machaja cha bedu pa kon inge kon kunu dunga ngo gi lembe gizo gibe timino Uganda ka kainde. In giri chalo Jamal. Ni gwo kukwa peri le mo betimire geni chobi gwo kilinya nini.
Ndo ire magnen kine mi gwo kiri peri giri do. Kedonga woni government edongo oketo dong twero mba gido tizo le mange gichobo gwo kongo dano dong. Keto ADF be nego dani twero ma me gigi.
Dongini par peri ya lembe ngibe nyai kumene pirangonde.
Echa tela pa government uti tela mandango.
Dongini par peri mako jotimnya nini.
Eno do le mado ye tek do tapino do ana ngongo na ma government utima ngodong. Angongo na do government mako konjano ya nedi plembe mbe temere ndo.
Dongini dano mabe pie pa dano mabe pie kudi delum no. Ini pe par peri ne dano ngibe pie pirango piketi nyo dano nginyo abamba migidu ngaketa.
Dano ne gi pie gineno do lembe odonga woni Uganda lembe lokre ke ngatu wanya do miro daga pie ka do mondi group mange atak lembe ma ende nyo olola bonu angi iye
Dongini par peri lembe ngizo gile mabecho
lembe no magin galo gibe pie iye cha kine magina na do lembe do ka wunda ko tek eja igi gin are ira ana no ane ja lembe ja igi egit etele maleng lembe do ka wundo ka Uganda do manda pie
Uganda do le manda pie le manda pay in form of angonde. Yore manedi cheze.
Le manda pay ya shell te. Tela ba government. Government ka unre madon ke do rebels be woka kesha. Bula minwana ngati somo tichu pe. Ngati ga unwa na ka ola re ko meni ngodo chika da nen yore mange ma ola chak neno ko le mange wache bo konya ya nyim. Eja ngati wanya do chika sia join chika jogieba. Anda da shido Ashidho.
Yeni ni asomo jisomo pepa tie batichupe.
Tichupe do.
Binwach ini par periani api teach mupe rembe nyale mbeni ke.
No table mo nyale mbeni tite ke tichupe kedo ngatu wanya an mitaka shidho de group mendi akaja team nya ulon wango piny moko.
Binwach kai shidho group mendi government wa oli paro pire. Kaje kadon kanjulu ngo government paro pere game mire pinyoku.
Icha do mondo cha de ngone do team okpe ni government cho mi piny moko de mondo do ma minyoto do lemba nyota.
Binwachu somere batichupe.
Tichupe.
Advice ngo micho pimi oni pol patana musomo batichupe gi magiti ko paro mane amako gishigi joining dan wenige.
Advice mana chopo wisho maleng. Ni damu somweni. Ko gibedo nyap. Tin moko munen ma moko si munen kani na tuomo pi pangati timango ringo boda de gitim tin me ko gibeni ateko result leave kuna ngo opedo magde tim tin moko si mutie.
Teach moko ci par mako donjo timatima.
Moko ci go blog de tie teach. Pin moko ci tibare teach. Ye otede ye ipedo ayeya.
And of course, American and Western TV Star Times at channel number Angwen Abiru Mando Kizuku satellite await channel number Tongweno Abiru Manadek. You know any on many platform you gotta kind of my citizen in one chance me wait lempiri me we chacha ungonia adi chema kwet lempiri so jalfa motura damu kumaromario a take my iningeo.
Amoto jalba rasel manyinge liners pakodi panymur. Amoto jalba ramunga shel nyinge ti Adam dekodi panymur. Anga moto jawoda Dick
Mabaluru camera. The world is really crazy in a way that people are attacking people in a different ways. Yeah, we're talking about the terror here, and of course, terror has become now the topic of the day. And of course, at the ADF, the way ADF are trying to smash people around here in Uganda. We all saw the incident that happened in Kasese, and of course, the students that were burnt in the dormitory, and of course, still the investigation is still going on, and the DNA test is still ongoing. So now, how will you protect yourself? You as a citizen of Uganda, how will you protect yourself from all these kind of things that are happening? And how can you be your friend's security? I remain MC Saj, and of course, Westside TV Street Talk lighting up the region each and every single time. We still want to find out from our people, how can we protect ourselves from all these things that are happening here in Uganda? And we all know that the crime, it's over. The guys, the ADF, these are fellow Ugandans. So now, how can you try to, what kind of advice would you give to such kind of a brother who is planning to become one of these? What should it be? What should be the solution for all this? Is it lack of education? Or is it lack of job? People are educated, but there's no job. Is it that is causing all this? We shall find it out from the people here in Uganda. And of course, you only have to speak your mind. And this time around, we first want to talk to the people here. The terrorism that is happening here. Guys are terrorizing people here in Uganda. We want to find out from people. So now, Mafu Diadi, and of course, Aguas Nampudia Bonfe, Rasta Berenga, and of course, one of the famous artists here in West Nile. So now, Rasta.
Ala langoni.
Rusi miari.
Ma ba monve Rasta Berenga hii.
Mitendele.
Nditiridro.
Urichia.
Oriyo.
Tenga puda mungangwasi ya kuifenga lumani mikapela zina alolu sekeniri. Ongo mifuri lo aludini.
Mavongo dia common ba pinini amani West Nile and then are bombe Christine idene.
Christine adimi okuye.
Christine animo kone kote Christine delo ma girlfriend.
Aye.
Yeah.
If you like me ongo dongo that they out of it's like a true love story.
Yeah. That de bene love story ne.
Love story.
Mega yoma dia sezo.
Te sa minongo da tezudini. Ongo da fuzudini ogodimi vutika.
I kodra tere yote vene asi malia lete gozuma voti askuna na disappointment.
Idi masi malia nane dale ogomivu.
Ni dale.
Te niko thinga icho step da dungo ni ari.
Erebene mese evo ndo ase.
Ai.
Yeah.
Ini thingo ngoni ri semi vura.
Askon style ere ma yondo ma bele this story azimu kere leni riti.
Ifila andra story da ojaduru sasi.
Sasi alade.
This story de ala.
So
now Rasta Berenga ale thinga yo azinu ni dia ini ra Uganda dia di andra bibi bas anjaziki ve school wa kasese hada. Pere sasi banga DNA test de ki obi. Atikunku bada veki dia. Te banira ini ra bada rikadra ata katote ilisi mavuti ya banira Bada. Dandra the nyoti basi ni.
Yes.
So now bada ba fe anje daki anje school wa dariki karakara dakira mangakiri faidi DNA test obi. So now migatari mini mitambazu yo diki pimadriazi letibe me e adoni.
Adanse ma ngolope se gatama ne malia. Eke fili ai sase nyakudi ane mokeko le mi ngolope se mbanga mita mi ngolope se ane bazi mamba mita ndene ko. E check ni saka di chabo le mi ne grikomevu akuvuri ma anda mi piedri oro. Mi ane bene mi tamba chazo akuedri oro bene. Askone yo aze warun kado mi su de sa aze file koko de ler mali ane mi di sun ngone be chone aguda ler blame eko ba di mi blame adios ni di yo de ler adios mi chone mvia ku kudri oro. Yes.
So now megatare yo diki wori jipi diki adu yoni askunku yo ikavini nesase vadi ade baki yonche mingi so megatare yo de leri kijipi amavu Uganda de ade anje amavu Uganda fuzu tezo adu irure yo de adu ni yo diki chini
afamani sunde bane fuzu adu irure erejo aliodre aliokateyo misu amaworote tengone afapie ti alioni tetirisi balolon imondo ayo lezo afesuju kanko griko gamete vulse erele yo azije gamete du madu ido iyo dalerisi ima asakod lete amasu ne vutiro amadida abasa malia amadida modi amase.
So now Rasta Berenga maybe choosing ayo the key mazakonkoni amasilias
iyo daleri amane chozo amazakozo le government mane amane azakoza ini chozo amazakozo re ba azikokode le epi bazu bize azimalia
ifila government le maigayo amatia ba zikoko de ki government malema mandagirko ba de woro mateki busy azisuzu then azila ler ne ki ba busy e chokene yo azonche de ne gako askoni mi vo send that ya good avo send that mi di mu send zimi ya give ngone e chekene alioni fe de amane ngai yo onje de ki yene ata min nezuri ba yo gu ba yo te corruption ba yo te ado de afa de woro de ado ne fe ni alioni amani chapter onje di ki jini. If you like corruption, alio, alio ni corruption ni jini. Alio la vini yo adu ipivuri ki
jini.
Alio yomi ba dizuki
jini.
If you like yo de arki dia alio ki.
Alio ni jini.
So na alio de lakini alio de adi manvani.
Alio ni adanse mongo mazine.
Hai.
Yes, alio ni mongo mazine mongo fe aliora mongo fe vene oro dibana azo nyakuri madri afaberene echeke ne rimi migri kongodu yare
ifila alio ni mungu manvane so now
askoni mungu fere maruma alio irene
so ifila mungu ledi manvada
sana mani suners mungu badi alio ni
mungu ledi vina alio da sana
mungu levini alio ni sana askoni choni alio ni drama geyeko
so now yo de kivini mungu ni yo de ki lakini mungu de levini ba mandanga yo mungu
akate yo nze mungu be dinera hani amecho yo madronga vini alioni amavu sidiara
asikuno alio ine mani mungu alio de mungu ma first born ni
ere mungu ne beni mungu manvo ko maru alio
hai
yes kate de leko ne choteri amani alioni fe sere ko aliedo elingose
so ifila mungu manva okori alio levini manva sana advice mini chofe mungu ni advice ngoy
ada mungu katemera yani mafia mano ndo azingazore amamadroki alioni amesiliate askuna ku vorode leba mafere ni nyako mamu ivurinda
te mi chomi first boni drora
kawini azinga kuriale madai mavu kwera mamu imagirikosi
ai
yes
ifila alio advice mini chofe mungu diari
madro aliote
imamva
first bondai
so now afa usupidiki aliokoko diki the last boni walangoni
adansi bada droki andra alionera aliomubeni ba aliovurevu
ai
yeah
afa pieri droki
aliobo
ogovini ba
aliopieri
bila ikatite alioni mipinga awe
alioro mivini alioro
lakini mungu levini ngoni
adansi yo ndede sima mungu ni chandesi erini alioni fezo amani siri
so now keep it like that West TV Star Times at channel 477 and of course alio happens to be God firstborn, that is poverty happens to be God firstborn. So now the only advice we can give to God is that God should chase alio madro alio te
complete madro alio ni amesiliate.
So now you think aman bas na alu irinadi ni
ma ba mavu amani madi adile kizi woro chichi ata keko la rusi kote azimade woro chichi ba meriba parichi di malia do emube yo de emove ndre emamle siripie aziki woro ava amborse
We want to find out from the people. Terrorism is really now has become one of the most trending topic here in Uganda, and not only in Uganda but in East Africa. And of course, when something, let me say, if I'm told Uganda is attacked, trust me, Uganda is one of the country here in East Africa. And of course, when you talk of the East Africa, we have number of countries. That's why it's like when your neighbor happens to get problem, you as a person, even if it's not your relative, you are really touched. You understand? You are really touched. So now, we want to find out from the people here, how can you protect yourself from the terrorism? We're talking about the ADF, we're talking about the bombers, the guys, the Al-Shabaab. There are a lot of guys who are doing nasty things here in Uganda. How can you protect yourself, you as a citizen of Uganda? And what do you have to say to the people who are right out there, who are suffering, who have been a victim to all this act that has been happening? So now,
Yes.
Mitendele,
I'm okay. How are you?
you're good?
I'm okay.
What is that your name?
I'm Saddam Salim.
Saddam Salim.
Yes.
Is it not this Saddam of Guni that was killed?
No. Saddam Salim. That's a different. That's original Saddam.
Not Gaddafi.
No. That's a. I'm original
You know,
Saddam.
we have Gaddafi, we have Osama.
Saddam Hussein, but for me
Saddam
Saddam
Hussein.
Salim. So
We
that's
have-
a different.
We have Saddam Hussein. For
Hussein,
you,
yeah.
you are
Saddam Salim, yeah.
So
That's
you
a
are the
different-
nephew.
No, that is a brother from another man.
Brother from another man. So now, Saddam.
Yes, boss.
Saddam, we want to find out from you people here on the street. You see, the terrorism, the terror. Talking about terror is really happy. It has become a talk of East Africa, talk of East African countries and the nation. How can you protect yourself from all this terror?
First of all, we need to increase our like security. That's the first things. Second, and also, you know, like if you see somebody who is you are doubting him, immediately you report the person. This kind of things maybe you can avoid. And then we also request government at least to put like there's a security through virus like whatever. There's borders, border areas. They must put it. That's at least that one can reduce it kindly. That's according to.
So now the incident that happened in Kasese, we're talking about that the other thing that happened in Kasese, whereby students were burnt to ashes. Apart from that one, a lot of things are happening. The ADF are killing. Do you really think that one of us here in Uganda maybe should be having a connection to all these things politically?
That is something I don't know, but obviously, you know, right now, the brain has get tired now. Yeah, most of those leaders now, their brains has get tired. Let me be honest, because you know, to be in power like for good years or so many years, absolutely, you can come up with a good whatever, but you find that even though you personally you are growing, when you are still teenager, you have that blood, you have that fresh blood or whatever. But once if you are growing older, then things start changing. So it needs something. So I will not talk about that one, but that's also the brain has get tired now.
So now, what do you think is the cause of all this thing that is happening, the terror?
Insecurity, that's the most important things I'm seeing. And then secondly also, like the civilians are not coordinating with the security purpose, the security peoples. That's the major things. Okay, that means that relationships, you don't have it. That's the major things. You see, if you could have the like that relationships, I'm seeing like there is no way. Or even as I said, if you see somebody who you are doubting, if the relationship is there, absolutely you can even report the person to the nearest police stations, or else anybody's a government or whatever, you report, then they will take their decisions. But that relationship is not there, so things become absolutely. That's, you see how it is.
It's organized. And of course, he spoke his mind. How about you? What do you have to say about this? I remain MC Sergeant, and of course, lighting up the region still remains our mission this side every single time. When we come like this, we make sure that you speak up your mind. And this is the only platform here in Uganda where a citizen has the chance and the right to speak up their mind. So now, my brother, what advice would you give to, especially to the people who are involved in all this?
First of all, those people, the one who is the victims, let me be honest, like we really sorry for them. Otherwise, you want advice, kind of advice?
Yeah, what you can put, you know.
No, first of all, we need to let us have a relationship with the governments. That is the only things I see maybe can unite us and can avoid all these things. And then also we need to let us now love what we are in. Whether the government is so good, whether bad, but we need to put ourselves into it. We just love it now. And maybe other things can change.
All right, it's all about getting ourselves closer to the security personalities to avoid all these ruckus that has been happening here in Uganda and East Africa at large. And of course, we had our neighboring country, that is the DRC Congo, that was also attacked. And of course, we are now, the thing is coming to, these things are just coming from the borders. And when you look around, from the look of things, the ADF, they are based in the border. And of course, Uganda and DRC Congo. So now, we wanted to find out from the people. He spoke his mind. My brother, your greetings to only two people.
One of them is I greet my lovely wife. She's called... no. I should not expose it as... She's really... And secondly, also to my mom.
No, you have to expose her. People should know that she's your wife. Okay. Otherwise, people like us...
Your gangs, like I know you.
Not gangster. People like we can do anything at any time. Before you know it.
Okay, yeah, my wife is called Zabib Saddam, and my mother also, she's also with me. As I wish her quick recover. One love.
You are still watching Westside TV on Star Times, channel 477, and I still remain MC Sajish, and every single time when we come like this, we make sure that you laugh, you smile, you speak up your mind, and this is how we do it. So now, we're talking about terrorism that is happening here in Uganda, and of course, East Africa has been attacked by terrorists. Yeah, the terrorism. So now we want to find out, how can you protect yourself from all these terrorists? Yeah, you as a citizen of Uganda. Micho think I'm even ngoni yo mini ne yepidiki ADF kibadi yoki yeru karakara nyagoli madriada. Micho think I'm ngoni iyo dikipi madriasi. So now we are still here. Westside TV and of course are lighting up the region. I learn thing about it. Pimayo de kio bi diadi akinya ambago rusimiade.
Sagara.
Sagara kunta wala sagara di?
Sagara
Askunu bazi kidi hadi bakio mve sagara kunta, sagara kanta, sagara guta. Mitamidi sagara dadi?
Sagara di baba.
Sagara di baba. So now sagara di baba. Inira ya ziki amavu di hadi sasa yodi ya ziki onchiki Uganda di hadi. Andre baby anja ziki ve school waka sese hada. Bayo ADF yekiyoda ni. So now mikatari amecho tinga matamba nkoni yo de kipi madrasi.
Yo de aruba mechilutilo ba security arkipi. Ba ne ba tamba mukendo.
Ba di tichi security
ka ba zena onzebo mi report peniti.
Amatinga tichi ba de kipi style ngosa siku sasa malia ba kidi hadi ba de kibela amabede hadi. Boda azazimini na mi azinga tu kipi hadi ki. Ba de kibela zin kivi ninga masele hadi. Amatinga choyo de kimaza kongoni.
Ba mini ni ko mini gere onzere. Mi beleni yo da lere loche adie ni me komi wuro vu kutale ko ringoni dika dile ka diki biko kutacha mesele asera awake manamba kira ikele DPC pele ngondi kike chibe sele asera ko kinambara ba mina pizur ko riskesi mi magbabesemo irmu ba muri investigate dale
by muri investigate dale.
Yes.
So now me gata de yo de ki woro yo de ajipi amavu de yo de ki aduni ki yo de ki jini.
Alione
ki yo de ki jini amavu de.
Aya wa before.
Aya. So now te inira alioini ti so now ambogo yo de madrasi micho yo nje yo de kipi madrasi.
Yongo
iyo ADF yo afa adu ini fezo amavu Uganda de akarakara dikisi mi acho adu yo nje yo de kipi madrasi.
Yo darle okorbane abdu self protection me self security is maximum.
Me think I'm protecting ngoni.
Girkoneralo me ndizo me react ade ba me ne delzor ke ade ke ngoni ba me ni ko refene let me avoid derera.
So na yo GP ki wore mi gatare ado ki yo di kejini.
Now I make claim kidi akira ma security maximum tana yo de ke yara and the truth I don't know about it.
If you like security chat.
Mama na my self reliant and yo ma self control there in my family. So biasara azeda ke atla the government in tada yene as kune security masere madizi mungu motie azeda mani provide man chora dai.
So now yo minute ba yo de kipi madri icho be ba pima za kozo yo de ngoni advice ruri
leba maki milesi nyaku zaira asizani kanimuni ya baliko
mama milesi nyaku zaira
aha
asizani muni
aliko
So now you think I'm bas now Louis meaning it city.
Ma gikie. Oh. As you chairman chuvurite. As you have members ke warote.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, wherever you've been catching us from, we have come to the end of Street Talk right here in Arua City. And of course, we happen to be today here at the new taxi park where we wanted to find out from the people. And of course, we want the people to speak up their mind as usual. We had just a very simple topic that we talked about, the terrorism. Yeah, the terror that is happening here in Uganda. And of course, you know, when a child is caught in action, definitely there are friends that the child always moves with that will also get affected. We are talking about the East Africa countries here. When Uganda is affected, definitely other countries here in East Africa will definitely get affected. So now, if you ask me, people spoke their mind. But if you ask me, why is this thing happening here? And of course, the first thing is lack of employment. And of course, there are people who are educated, but there are no jobs. And now, if there's no office jobs, you as a citizen, you yourself, you can as well create a job for yourself. You can create something for yourself. That is the first thing. Then secondly, when you take us back in the days, whereby those days of our great-great-grandfathers, you know, when a person happens to come at home, like a visitor, the first thing they will do, they will let the LC1 of the area know about that person. To the extent sometimes back, you know, my grandfather used to tell me this. You know, when a visitor comes like this, there's a book that my grandfather used to use, whereby he will be noticing down, like today, we had a relative that came from a different place. Unknowingly, they will notice down. He will write down the name of the person. So now that one day takes us back to security. You know, like, you know, the connection between the citizen and the people who are in the area, like the LC ones, the security personnel. So now, that is the reason why this thing is mostly happening right now here in Uganda. Now, secondly, is poverty. Alio ini afazini unchivini. Alio also brings this. Poverty. The president of Uganda last time said, Alio. He called it like that. Alio is also the cause of all these things here. You see, myself, if I have money, I wouldn't go to the other brother there, you know, ask for money. And of course, even if it's asking for money, we shall know how to sort it out. But now, poverty. Poverty is the cause of all these things. And now, cooperation. We don't cooperate. Let's cooperate with the security personnel. Securities are our friends. We talk to them. Report whatever you think that is not right. Yeah? Whoever you see, anybody that you see that you know that this person here, I've not been seeing these faces here, but now how come this face is here? You have to report for your own personal security. And of course, when your neighbor is affected, definitely you will be touched. I say this for God and my country. And of course, Alio happens to be God's firstborn. There's no way. Yeah, Alio happens to be God's firstborn. And me, if you ask me to advise God, I only tell God that to clear away the Alio. His firstborn, if he can kill the firstborn, that is the name of Alio. Let him kill firstborn. Chan, bajua chani ya chan ute firstborn pa Mungu. Dongwa wacha na Mungu chopete mlembere kenyanedi. Lembeni kibenwangre bangwa kakainde kapori wabe medrongo. Inyo yang chon. Durunyoru muama chon. Kanga di tuch. Jutingu lembeni juchidi nyutu ni LC yene ngati bini bangati matino wefuti banga. Ketukale mbenu wangu ngati. Inyo yene ngati bini bangati maendie. Nyokale mbe moku timire maraji. Inyo yene marache ngati maendie. Waika kainde. Donke. ADF giba timle mamige chali kineno mot mara cheng juwanga wia ikasesa wia school juwanga okay. Don't want me to watch you be security giri. Be your own personal security. Yes, and guide your brothers and sisters whom you are living with in the same area. So now, I said it for God and my country. I rest my case here. Saj still remains my name, the only guy that speaks in capital letter.